You are welcome to the topical solutions to the past Wassce questions, both SHS and Private Candidates for 2010. Your instructor here is Augustus. If you need more of these videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Let's take a look at our first question under formulas, linear equations and inequalities. That's objective question 14 for SHS candidates. Back to our solution. As we saw in the question, the sum of 6 and 1/3 of x is 1 more than twice x. So we take it bit by bit. Now the sum of 6 and 1/3 of x. So in maths, when you say sum, we are talking about addition. So the sum of 6 plus 1/3 x, or 1/3 of x, looks like this. And is 1 more. When you say is in set questions, we mean equal to. So is 1 more than twice x. Twice x means 2x. So 2x, 1 more. So it is plus 1. Prepare the question, which reads, the sum of 6 and 1/3 of x, which is this part, is 1 more than twice x. So is 1 more than twice x, as we have at the right hand side. Now we have been able to write our statement in an equation. We can now continue to solve for our answer. So in this, we can find the least common denominator amongst the 4 terms we have here. And when we look at it, it is 3. So multiply the least common denominator, which is 3, by each of the terms. So 3 times 6 plus 3 times 1/3 of x is equal to 3 times 2x plus 3 times 1. And 3 will cancel 3, 6 multiplied by 3, 18 plus x is equal to 3 multiplied by 2x will give me 6x, then plus another 3. Now we want to group like terms, so I will transpose 3 to the left and x to the right, giving us 18 minus 3 is equal to 6x minus x. When you deduct 3 from 18, it's going to give you 15 equal to 6x minus x, 5x. And when you divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 5, we're going to get 15 over 5 is equal to 5x over 5. As we all know, the cancellation property, and 5 goes into 15 is 3. Therefore, our value for x is equal to 3. So in the question where we were asked to find x, our final value for x is 3. Objective question 16 for SHS candidates. As we already saw in the question, the question says we should solve the inequality 3 into bracket x plus 1 less or equal to 5 into bracket x plus 2 plus 15. In the first step, you are going to expand the bracket. So it means you are going to multiply the factors outside the bracket by the content of the bracket. We're going to get 3x plus 3 less or equal to 5 will multiply this bracket, getting 5x plus 10, then plus 15. So when we sum the numbers at the latter end, that's 10 and 15, we are going to get 25. At this point, we group like terms. So 25 will be transposed to the left hand side and 3x will be transposed to the right hand side. So we are going to get 3 minus 25 is less or equal to 5x minus 3x. 3 minus 25 is negative 22, so it's less or equal to 5x minus 3x will give us 2x. We want to find x, so we divide both sides by 2, so negative 22 divided by 2 less or equal to 2x out of 2. 2 cancel 2, then 2 goes into 22 is 11. So negative 11 is less or equal to x. And this can also be written as the values of x are greater or equal to negative 11. So that is our answer there. Objective question 29 for SHS candidates. As we have already seen in the question, it says if y is equal to 2 into bracket square root of x squared plus m divided by 3n, we should make x the subject of the formula. We are making x the subject, which is here. Now, the first thing we are going to do is to take away the denominator, which is 3n. And you can do that by multiplying both sides of the equation by 3n. You get 3ny is equal to 2 into bracket square root of x squared plus m divided by 3n times 3n. And this one will cancel that. And you have 3ny is equal to 2 into bracket square root of x squared plus m. The next thing we're going to do is to take away the 2. Since the 2 is multiplying, we will divide both sides of the equation by 2. And I get 3ny divided by 2 is equal to 2 into bracket square root of x squared plus m divided by 2. 2 cancel 2. Then we are going to get square root of x squared plus m. I'm interchanging the positions. Is equal to 3ny divided by 2. The next thing we are going to do is to get rid of the square root, and we can do that by squaring both sides of the equation, which means we'll have square root of x squared plus m all squared is equal to bracket 3ny over 2 all squared. So this square root will take away the square, giving us x squared plus m is equal to, now when you square this, 3 squared will give us 9, m squared is the same as m squared, y squared is the same as y squared divided by 4. So we want to still make x the subject, so take away this m to the right hand side. So when you transpose the m to the right hand side, it's going to be x squared is equal to, since it is positive here, it will turn to negative, so minus m. And if you still want to continue, we can find the least common denominator of these current two terms we have, this one and that. This divided by 1, so the least common denominator of 4 and 1 is 4. 4 goes into 4, 1. 1 multiplied by the numerator is 9n squared y squared minus 1 into 4 is 4. 4 multiplied by m is 4m. Now we'll be left with our last step. So let's look at this. We have x squared is equal to 9n squared y squared minus 4m divided by 4. If we want to find x, we square both sides. So, and 9m squared y squared minus 4m or 4. We take the square root of both sides, not squaring. So this square root will take away the square, and we can square the denominator. Take the square root of the denominator as 9m squared y squared minus 4m divided by, then the square root of 4 will give you 2. And this is our final answer. Objective question 15 for private candidates. Now let's take a quick look at the question. Alright, in the question they are saying that we should find the two consecutive integers. So what is the first thing that we have to know or think about is integers. So what is an integer? Integer, we already know, is positive and negative numbers, which include 0. Meaning we have the negative numbers from negative infinity, negative 1, then 0, then 1, up to positive infinity. Now what we can see, assuming we are taking positive numbers or whole numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the positive infinity. What we can say about this is that from 0 we move to 1, from 1 we move to 2, from 2 we move to 3. The difference we can see from this is difference 1. 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 3 is 1. So if the question says two consecutive integers, meaning when 1 comes, the next one is what we are looking for. So if the first number is 0, the second number is 1. If the first number is 3, the second number is 4. So that's the meaning of consecutive. Now, back to the question. We have to find the two consecutive integers such that 3 times the smaller integer added to 2 times the greater integer equals 42. Do we know the smaller integer? No. Do we know the greater integer? No. But the smaller integer will help us to find the greater integer. So what we can do first is let the smaller integer equals to x, and since they are consecutive, therefore the greater integer is equal to x plus 1 because it has a difference of 1 as we did the illustration here. Now we know the integers. Let's continue with the statement. Such that 3 times the smaller integer, so 3 times the smaller integer, which is x, the smaller integer added, so add, is addition plus, to 2 times the greater integer, 2 times the greater integer, which is x plus 1, is 42, which is equal to 42. So from the mathematical statements that we had, we can write or put them together to form an equation 3x plus 2 into bracket x plus 1 equal to 42. Now we have to find x, and after we know the value of x, we add 1 to the value to get the greater integer. So we will expand the brackets here, getting 2x plus 2 is equal to 42. When you add 3x to 2x, you get 5x plus 2 is equal to 42. Then we transpose 2 to the right hand side, getting 42 minus 2. So 5x is equal to 40. And if you want to find x, we divide both sides of the equation by 5. 5 and this one has 5. And this one will cancel that. 5 goes into 48. So x is equal to 8. But the value for x was for the smaller integer. So we can say that therefore the smaller integer is 8 and the greater integer is 8 plus 1, which is 9. So the two consecutive integers are 8 and 9.